guys, it's me Sylvia back with another video, and today I'm going to be doing a makeup tutorial. It's going to be a mostly metallic makeup look. Now I've definitely noticed that this is becoming a huge trend right now. A bunch of companies are coming out with new metallic or frosty finishes in their products. For example, I know that ColourPop is coming out with their metallic liquid lipstick. I know that Jouer has a few liquid lipsticks. Stila has metallic eyeshadows, and there's foiled eyeshadows. There's just a bunch of new products that are kind of based on the metallic, frosty, very reflective finishes. So this video is heavily inspired by that. But then I also decided if I'm doing an on-trend makeup look, might as well do an on-trend hairstyle. You definitely see these fun buns all over Instagram, all over Pinterest, Tumblr. I find them so cute and so fun. Charlie hates them. He thinks they're so weird. He's like, you literally look like you have 3 heads. I'm like, whatever, it's cute. You don't understand. Boys don't understand, you know? If you're a guy watching this and you like this hairstyle, let us know down in the comments. It's definitely super 90s and I love it with this choker. I feel like I'm so retro right now. So I'm gonna get right into it. If you want to see how to get this metallic makeup look and these really cute fun buns, then just keep watching. Talk to you guys after. Bye! So to prime my face, I'm using Smashbox's foundation primer. This is really good for oily skin or combination skin because it's oil free and it does diffuse the look of fine lines and give a more even foundation application. I want to pair this metallic look up with dewy skin, so to get that look, I'm going to put Strobe Cream on in all the places that I would normally highlight and where I'd want more of a healthier glow, where it kind of looks like, you know, you do have healthy oils on your face. So putting on my cheekbones, cupid's bow, chin, etc. So now that my skin is all prepped and ready to go, I'm going to go in with my StudioFix foundation. I'm mixing it with the mixing medium from MAC only because that thins it out, and that's going to give me more of a luminous application since usually the StudioFix is more of a matte finish. And I'm using my big foundation kabuki brush from Tarte. You guys know I'm loving this brush for foundation right now. Now for brows. So I accidentally forgot to take a product shot, which is why that looks so photoshopped. That's going to happen throughout the video. So I'm doing my brows like normal, and I did the other one off cam. But you can see the difference there. And for eyeshadow primer, I'm trying out Urban Decay's eyeshadow primer. I've been using MAC's Paint Pot for so long, but I decided just to try something new today. It has a doe foot applicator, so I use that to apply it to my lids, but then I just used a regular concealer brush to blend it out because you can't really blend it with that. Now I'm moving on to shadows. We're going to let our face just hold off for a second. I'm going to use Sigma Beauty's Warm Neutrals palette. I've been loving this palette, you guys. I just recently got it and the colors are so pigmented, and I think it's such a good combinations of colors in the palette. So I'm just starting out with the lightest brown as my transition shade, and I'm using my 224 brush from MAC just to really blend that out and disperse it right underneath the brow bone and above the crease. And to go in with a darker color, it's just the slightly darker brown, and we're going to use that to give a little bit more of like a gradient effect right underneath the transition shade that we just did. So this is going in with a 221 brush from MAC right in the crease, and we're going back and forth to just add some depth and create more definition for our crease. Now you'll notice at the outer corners of my eyes, I am gonna concentrate the product right on the outer V there, and I'm gonna flick out my brush a little bit. And when you flick your brush out like that, it's gonna kind of disperse the product outwards, and that's what gives you that smoky kind of outer V. And that looks really amazing with smaller eyes to make them look bigger, and just gives you a more elongated look. Now time for the star of the show, the metallic product. So I'm using MAC's Rose Pigment. It's such a gorgeous, gorgeous pigment, but to really intensify the pigment to make it look very metallic, I'm going to use their mixing medium first. So I'm applying this now with a 248 brush, and first I just applied the mixing medium, and before it dried up I immediately went in with the pigment afterwards, and you'll notice that it does just make it look so intense and so metallic and just so gorgeous. And this mixing medium also prevents it from creasing or any fallout, and it just makes it a lot easier to work with. This is also a really great base if you have really hooded lids because it completely prevents any transferring since it is so kind of intense. But now I'm just using my brush to make sure that there's no harsh lines, and I'm just spreading the pigment out a little bit. To stick with the metallic theme, I'm going to use a really intense inner corner highlight. To do that, I'm using MAC's Vanilla Pigment, and I'm using a 239 brush to apply that. And you see I'm just putting a tiny bit on my brows and then having to spread it out because it is so intense. You don't want to use too much and you want to be really careful. Time for eyeliner. So I ended up using a gel eyeliner. I first start out with this eyeliner that you see here. It's the Kat Von D Lock-It Tattoo, but I really had a lot of trouble just because we did put so many layers of the pigment on. So since it was so textured now, it was really hard to get a straight line with a pen, and I found it a lot easier to go over with the gel and with a brush. So this is the Tarte brush, and I'm using the Sigma Beauty gel liner, and it ended up working out just fine. And now for concealer, I'm using the new Too Faced Born This Way concealer. I talked about this in my last makeup tutorial. You guys know I'm really liking it. It's especially really nice for this look because it is more of a dewy finish. It's not matte at all, so it does work really well with the look that we're trying to get here. And I believe I have the color in medium, so I'm just putting this under my eyes and putting it in all the places that I would highlight, and I'm just blending out with a beauty blender and making sure that it's nice and blended into my foundation. It's also helping to clean up the eyeshadow, so I'm just making sure to keep a straight edge and making sure that there's no eyeshadow running down or going far out by my temple. You just want to make sure it's controlled. And now to contour, I'm trying something new. So these are the Smashbox contour sticks. They have a highlight one, a bronzing one, and a contour one. Right now I'm using the highlighting stick, and I noticed it wasn't really that much lighter than my natural skin tone, so I don't really know how much it really helped to highlight. I probably wouldn't really use it again for highlighting just because I have, you know, a better concealer that works better for my skin tone, but it was very, very creamy and did blend very well. Now to contour, I'm just using the bronzing stick, so I'm putting that in the hollows of my cheeks, and I'm also going to contour my nose a little bit with it. Now I didn't have as much luck with this one as I guess I did with the highlighting one. I don't know if it's just because I don't really like cream contours. It didn't blend really well for me at all. I'm using the Stila contour and highlight brush, and I'm trying to really blend that in, and I noticed it just started to get really patchy, and I'm not sure if this would have happened if I used a beauty blender. Maybe it would have been better, but I just was not really a fan of the way it was blending, and it did get a little patchy. It moved around my foundation a little bit, so I had to set it with a powder. I ended up setting it with MAC's Harmony bronzing powder. So you see, I'm still working hard to contour my nose. I'm making it look easy on camera, but it really didn't blend very well, and I had to kind of fix it afterwards. So I don't know if I'll use these contour sticks again, and it's probably just because I don't really like cream contour and highlight. I prefer powders. So here's when I went in with Harmony for MAC, and I'm using my 135 bronzing brush that I love to use. And now time to bake. So I'm using the Laura Mercier translucent powder. This really does help to brighten the under eye and to set the concealer to make sure it doesn't crease and it stays on all day. So I'm packing it on my under eye and also using it to cut my contour. And then just with whatever's remaining on my brush, as you guys should know, I like to just kind of whisk it all over the rest of my face to make sure I'm setting it and control my oil, because I do get oily in the T-zone. Time for blush. This is one of my favorite blushes right now. It's MAC's Warm Soul, and I'm just using an angled blush brush, the 168 brush from MAC, to apply that. And now we've left it on for a few seconds, so we can just take off that setting powder that we had left on there to bake, and it's time to highlight. So I'm using MAC's Shell, which is a cream highlight, and I really like this for a natural kind of luminous look, and I'm just putting this in all the places I would regularly highlight, and then I'm using Soft and Gentle afterwards to go over top of that, and that's really going to intensify the highlight because it has that cream highlight as a base to stick to. And now we're going to go back in with the Warm Neutrals palette. I'm going back in with the first shade we used, the light brown, and I'm going to bring that down to bring the smokiness to our lower lash line. I'm using the 238 brush to do that. And I'm using the Quo Eye Wand in Majestic / Destiny, I think is the shade of the pencil. It's just a brown eye pencil. This is going to help to intensify the look. I'm using it all over my waterline, and I'm also tight lining, which is what this weird demonic face is right now. And I'm really putting a generous amount, so then right now I can go in and blend that out. So when you're blending out the waterline, it really does give you some more dimension to your lower lash line. And now I did this off camera, but I just threw on some Ardell Wispy Lashes with Better Than Sex mascara. And now it's time for our lips. So I used 3 lip products. To line my lips, I'm using MAC's Cultured Pro Longwear Lip Pencil. This is going to help to frame my lips and give them some more dimension. I feel like I keep saying that, but you know, that's what it does. So it just gives a border to your lips to go off of. And now I'm using Air, or no, actually this one's King K. So this is the Kylie lipstick in King K. It's very bronzy and very metallic, and now I'm putting Air right over top of it because that has more pink to it, and I thought that went really well with our eyes. So that is the finished look, you guys. And now it's going to be on to the hair. So to start off, you're just going to want to split your hair to either side. You're going to give yourself a middle part, and it's going to go all the way down to the very back of your neck. So that's what I'm doing here, just separating my hair. And I'm going to tie the one side into a pony so then it doesn't get in the way and we're not grabbing hair from the other side. Now from here, all you gotta do is just take your hair and put it into a very, very high pony. So I'm just using my brush to smooth out my hair as I'm putting it into this high pony. And I'm using my elastic and just tying it up. And then I'm just gonna squeeze it and adjust it how I like it. And once I do that, since I do have thin hair, I do like to tease my hair so then my bun is a little bit bigger. But if you have thick hair, then you can totally opt out of this part. It's just a nice little trick for thin-haired girls, you know? So now all I'm doing is twisting my hair all around the elastic, and I'm gonna use another elastic to just secure it into place when the bun is how I like it. So that's just what I'm doing here. And then afterwards, you can just spread it up open. You can, you know, tuck away any stray hairs with some bobby pins. It's really up to you after that. So there you go, you have one fun bun done, and now it's exact same thing for the other side. So all I'm doing is tying it in a high pigtail, teasing it, wrapping it around the elastic to create the bun, holding it in place with another elastic, and that's all there is to it. So now I'm just laying down my edges, you know, brushing my baby hairs out and spraying everything into place with some L'Oreal hairspray. So that's really all there is to it. This is the finished look. Enjoy your fun buns if you try this out. And tag me in those pictures because you know this hair is totally Instagram worthy, and I know all you girls are gonna slay the fucking day in this look. So that is the end of the video, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and as always, please don't forget to hit that thumbs up button if you did like this video idea and the way that the look turned out. Leave a comment down below what your favorite metallic beauty product is right now. I'd love to know. I'm definitely getting so into this trend. I'm buying all these new products that these companies are coming out with. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I think we're gonna have to come up with a name for, you know, my little army we have going on here, because we just hit 70K and that's so crazy to me. That's honestly crazy. So that's all for now. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.